Hello, Mount Vernon students and faculty and parents. I'm Frank Shelton. Miss you guys. And this is our studio. It used to be a chicken coop. Well, I will show you more later about that. And I'm going inside into my wife's studio, and we'll talk to her and let Debra talk to her about what she does in her studio. Then we'll go into my studio. And so let's go in here and look at Debra.
Hello, Georgia. The studio used to be an old chicken coop that Frank and I have renovated, and so we're in here full time now. I teach workshops in the studio about 3 or 4 times a year, and where I have people from throughout the United States come in the studio. And so for me, because of our hikes that we do, the idea of the canyons, when you're looking, it's kind of like opening an envelope. You look into these really deep crevices and you wonder what lives there, what goes on there. And so I've started these type pieces. They're shrines. And then these are really inspired by the raven, which is the bird in my work to represent the West. And so, you know, I continue to explore. I'm working with the red clay. I do have a kiln in this room, and the pieces go into the kiln anywhere from 3 to 5 times. I'm going to show you some teach workshops in the studio about 3 or 4 times a year, and where I have people from throughout the United States come in. So as far as my own personal work, the work has changed since being out here. I think your location should come into your work when you're in the studio. And so for me, because of our hikes that we do, we are in Frank's studio now.
Hello, Mount Vernon. I just want to show you a few things I've been working on since leaving Mount Vernon. These are some of my non-functional clay platters. They're really thick, heavy clay. You see a lot of the crosses or the X's in that represents the 4 directions. And then this is my side of the studio. Also, this is just a little work table that one of the many tables I have in the studio. I'm working on some small, what I call secret chairs, and they're mixed media, and they start off looking something like this, and then the finished product is over here on the wall. And we have a studio tour here in Abiquiu, New Mexico. And so these are some of the things I'll be selling. Coming over here, these are some smaller paintings. These paintings are from our walks across the canyon, the Carson National Forest. There are 22,000 acres there, just right across from our driveway. This is another one. We live along the Chama River, and it's very green, and we see the mountains, and we'll show you that later. These are some icons from over in the canyon, things that I'll call these paintings collaborations of surfaces and colors and shapes that I see over on our hikes in the canyon. And Debra and I are up on top of a mesa close by to our house, and we want to show you what we see every day. We're looking down into what is called Plaza Blanca, which means white place or white rock. In the background you see the mountain Pedernal, and Pedernal is the mountain that George O'Keeffe painted over and over again. And by the way, that's the mountain I hiked last Friday, and I ate lunch up on the top on the northern slope there. So we're going here, and we're seeing a different part of the landscape, part of the beautiful sky in Abiquiu. It's a cloudy day. The skies are so magical in the daytime as they are at night. I'm going to show Debra. Debra's going to make a few comments about this place.
No, it's just pretty incredible. So we live along the river. People live up here on this mesa. There are a lot of artists and writers that live here, and when you meet people, it's like, why are you here? And they're here because of the land.
So we're told by some a geologist who lives up here on this mesa and has studied this area of the world, said all of this used to be underwater many years ago. So,
and all the green that you see, you'll see all the white, and then you see a really nice green, and that's the river. That's the river that we live along.
So just one of the reasons why we love northern New Mexico.
These are the rock formations that are just really beautiful, that I feel like is very inspiring, either to draw or to paint or to sculpt. But another thing that's pretty outstanding is the different color that you see in the rocks. Constantly when we are hiking, we're always picking up rocks and looking at the variation of the colors. It's just really beautiful.
So we're going to look at another sort of a 360 of this area here. It's a summer day in Abiquiu, and it's during what they call the monsoon seasons, where we get rain just practically every day. And so these beautiful cloud formations are there with us almost every day. A lot of the alfalfa is gone. There's Debra walking back to the studio. Some of the beautiful clouds formation. It looks like it's going to get a good shower again today. You've seen images of our studio. This used to be an old chicken coop. It's called the Coop Studios now, and we converted this old chicken coop into our studios. These are some sages and sunflowers that I planted this summer. So we had this little structure built here as an entranceway into our studio and into our house, or our casita, and so we're walking through here. This is where people come. Looking, there's an orno, sort of a hybrid, sort of an orno. There's a Russian sage, and we'll just take a walk and let you see part of the gardens as we're walking through this way. And this is a nice little place to sit and watch the sun set, and let's look back over at the Hamas again. There's some apple orchards that are both sides of our property, and the field, alfalfa field there. So it's again some of the beautiful sky and the clouds that are part of our little casita here. So anyway, there's students over. Once again, shots of our studio. And so we're walking up here, and there's our casita. And so you see this casita is 3 rooms of the casita is over 120 years, and then it was added on in 2001. And you'll get to see that when you come out. So this is just the front of our casita. It's sort of a patio and gardens that I planted this summer. And so we do have a few aspen trees that you see there, which they don't do too well here in the high desert. So we're walking over here through this little driveway coming down here. We live at 139B County Road 155, Abiquiu, New Mexico. So we put in this bridge, and this bridge is going over the acequia, and acequia is a Spanish word that means ditch, and farmers have been watering their crops for hundreds and hundreds of years using this acequia system of gardening. So this is coming out into the field. This field used to be an alfalfa field. This is a a piece of found object sculpture by an artist by the name of Larry Sparks. He used to be a contractor in New Mexico. This was full when the field, alfalfa field, there. So again, some of the beautiful sky and the clouds that are part of our little casita here. So anyway, there's this is our place. This is where I've been spending my time. We've been out here a little over a year now, a year ago past May. So we hope to see everyone in Abiquiu, and hope you guys have a great school year. Mr. Kunath and his wife Rosie and the other faculty and students, we look forward to seeing you. So adios, amigo and amigas.